It's known as one of the loudest stadiums in sports for a reason, and it'll only get louder as the collective 12th man starts cheering for their Seahawks. Welcome to Lumen Field in Seattle. Today, we're ready for an entertaining battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks. Michael Dixon with the honor of getting us started, and we're underway from Seattle. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game.
Menu narration set to 100. Menu narration set to 100. Menu narration set to 100. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. Menu narration set to 100. Menu narration set to 100. Menu narration set to 100. Menu narration set to 100.
Menu narration. Menu narration set to 100.
Going to score. With that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
His drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it, 1st and goal. And he's going to be taken down as this defense shows some backbone. Great stand to get him at the 2.
There's no question that offensively you're disappointed when you're in these goal to go and you go backwards. But this is one of those situations, Kate, where I got to give a tremendous amount of credit to that defense, that surge, that want to, that leverage to not just stop them at the point of attack, but knock them 2 yards backwards.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Vikings finish up an excellent opening series. J.J. McCarthy, the touchdown. Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone, so we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line, 1st and 10. Bill Rowe from the gun. This is brought in. Big gain for Smith-Njigba. That's a good find from the Alabama rookie, and that'll give him a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Vikings get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he evaded obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. That would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead they go with Jones. Oh, the football's loose. And that should be Seahawks football.
Hey, Kate, these last few minutes make me want to look away. In a really rough series of events.
While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. 2nd down carry for Jones. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Call it no gain, maybe one at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Quick pass, right side, complete. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings parlay the interception into points. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock, but I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're first to 3. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. First and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's able to get this down to the 36. How about 29 yards on first down? And a fresh set of downs on its way. First down, ball at the 36. From the gun, Milroe. Couldn't connect right side, it's incomplete. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. But I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there are going to be more interceptions.
Second and 10, Milroe to throw. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing third and long.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Shotgun now for Milroe. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings up fourth and long. And that offense isn't budging. They're going for it. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. And on fourth and 10, they aren't moving. They're going for this. Trying for it with Milroe. He connects downfield. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks lower the deficit to a single possession. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's first and 10. I'll start with a give to Jones. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be second and 9.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, McCarthy has a big strike to Addison. It's a Minnesota touchdown! The Vikings grow their early lead to 13. Jordan Addison, the touchdown!
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket, but sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
Reichert on for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings double their lead to 14. Here's Reichert, set to kick this away. And he'll decide to pass on the return here and take the touchback instead. Now Seattle gonna call its 2nd timeout. And after burning a couple early, they're down to 1 to work with now. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that 1st down flag. Well, these drives quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
Send a pretty clear message to the QB right there on that one. No one fooled for a second as they create the tackle for loss.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Throw. Here's Milroe. He put everything he had into this one. He's got it deep downfield. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
That is so much more the exception than the rule when you're targeting double or triple coverage. You may be fortunate to complete a fair number of those throws, but gains like that, those are rare, and that's big time.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. 1st down throw here from Milroe. Throwing deep for the end zone. And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks make it a 1-score game. Jackson Smith-Njigba with a touchdown.
There are a couple different ways now you can win on a fly route. You can just run right by somebody, or you can use that big body, try to win a one-on-one matchup. Whatever way you go about it, this is the type of upside this route can provide.
Myers to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And before they can break the huddle, we've hit the end of our first quarter. 21-14 our score. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. We're ready now for the second quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. McCarthy operating from the pistol. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I love a good bootleg just like every other quarterback does. And bootlegs are most effective, Kate, when you're running it first and you deceive that defense. But if you're not running it, or it's a poor fake, or you got a defense that is sound, well, you have the opportunity to get hit in the face in less than 2 seconds, just like that.
Another try following the sack. Throwing the out route complete. And the nice gain is met by a punishing hit to bring it to a halt.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an out cut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
Third and 4 coming up now. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Short pass brought in. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. From the gun, Jones gets it. And that's going to be a gain of 8 on 1st down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that 1st down marker.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. McCarthy with a blitz coming. Throw left side, brought in by Hawkinson. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. To the right, hauled in by Jefferson. And this one doesn't go far. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings take a 13-point lead. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. And he has made this a habit this season. That's his 10th rushing touchdown so far. Reichard there to tack on the extra points. And the Vikings double their lead to 14. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. From his own end zone, here we go. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. First call here coming from the shotgun. To the air, Milroe. He's throwing deep to the left side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So that brings up second down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's loaded another one up. He's got it inside the 25. There it is, touchdown Seattle. The Seahawks make it a one-score game in the first half.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Myers to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Motion man right is Jefferson. They'll begin with a quick fought off a tackle, but he lost the football! And this goes out of bounds. The fumble, not ideal, but hey, did end up being a small gain on the play.
You know, those defensive guys, they will tell you that the sideline's their best friend, right? A lot of these routes are trying to push the receivers and move the real estate. Well, sometimes the sidelines could be an offensive player's best friend when that ball bounces harmlessly out of bounds.
After a fortuitous recovery, this will be 2nd down. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. He's out in the clear. Makes a cut to the right sideline. And he's out just a second shy of reaching the red zone. It's a pickup of 39 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he will wind up out of bounds after a 1st down gain of right around 3 yards.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second and 6 coming up here. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. Fighting for all he can, partner, but this play is not going to get past the line. It's going to be third down. Now a give to Jones. And this one does not get close. He stopped after 3, and that's going to bring up fourth down. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their third and final timeout. And we'll see how this plays out the rest of this half with none remaining. So the Vikings will try a field goal on fourth down. Will Reichert headed out. This 32 yards out on the right hash. Reichert connects there. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
You know, you look at that third down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
Chooses to bring this one out. Lanes didn't open for him. He is stopped shy of the 15. Seattle getting everybody set. They've got first and 10. Throwing here, Milroe. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Milroe throwing again now on second down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Intended target that time was Kenneth Walker. And that's going to leave him with a tough third and long. Well, he already has himself one interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Minnesota spends its second time out here. They're down to their final one in this half.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Going for it on their own side, Brock. Okay, bold call, but they only need a yard. They'll run for this. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out. It's a gain of 4. And the fourth down call pays off as they'll move the chains.
Yet another example why the ball finds its way in this guy's hands time after time. He's a playmaker, and he knows how to get the yards they need. Maybe not a ton there, but enough to move the sticks.
We're at the 2-minute warning, Brock, of what has been a high-scoring game so far. The Seahawks need some big yards in a hurry. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10. Off the play fake, Milroe. Big gain downfield. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks make it a one-score game before halftime. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level, because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they could score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Return starts from the goal line. And he's out of bounds at the 16. Gonna be a long field ahead for them on this possession. First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10. Off play action. It's McCarthy. Finds a seam down the middle. And he has it all the way inside the opposing 40.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Here's Jones. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Running back, motioning right. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Tried to float that one in, and the defender's there for the interception. That is Nick Emanwari. He had to put some air under that one to try to drop it in, but that worked to the defense's favor as they get there and pick it off.
It is such a fine line in this league when you put air and touch on the ball. It is why these QBs around the league do the drill, whether it's on Fridays, day before game Saturday, walkthrough. They always drop the ball in the bucket, right? They bring the garbage cans out and they want to drop the ball in the bucket to just gain that touch. But it also gives those defenders with that air a chance to make a play on the ball as they just did.
2nd and 1. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to set them up with a first down on a huge gain. And they spike the ball to stop the clock. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun now for Milroe. Deep down the right sideline, it's his running back making the catch. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
On the move, and the ground game works for the touchdown. The Seahawks take the lead just before halftime.
What a great moment to celebrate and possibly educate this rookie as well, Kate. That's just tremendous effort. He shows off the speed that he has. But they'll go look at those tablets. They'll figure out if there was somewhere to throw it. But he showed you right there when there's not, well, this kid can run.
Myers gets the point after to go. And the Seahawks take a 4-point lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here. Down to 12 seconds before halftime as they come to the line. Motioning him from the slot right. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Taking a deep shot here. And that's incomplete. 7 seconds left. Time for one, maybe two more snaps. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. And now it's second down.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Looking to throw. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And it doesn't get much, up to maybe their own 40. Shaq Griffin finishing that play off. Here comes the final play of our first half. He's back to throw. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. First half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. From the gun, Milroe. He finds Smith and Jigba right side. And progress finally halted after he picks up a chunk.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down throw here from Milroe. To the left, he's got Arroyo. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger gain.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. We'll go play action here. It's Milroe. Complete. It's Horton. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's first and 10. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. Offense up to the line fast. Milroe looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Has it in close. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks grow the lead coming out of halftime. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right, when you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And nope, not chancing this one. Knee down for a touchback. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Jones with a run to start the 3rd quarter. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. McCarthy operating from the pistol. That's incomplete left side.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. A tight end in motion now. Looking Hawkinson, he's got it. And this one's brought to an end well downfield from that line of scrimmage.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st and 3. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Brought down by Reek Woolen. So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. From the 29. Hits him on the out route. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings start the 2nd half with some needed points. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Vikings electing not to kick it. The offense staying out there. They're going for 2. Again, McCarthy to throw. And they get the 2-point conversion. Nice catch in the end zone there. They're back within a field goal now. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he'll take a knee in the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Milroe from the gun. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing now, Milroe. To the left and pulled in by Kump. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Into the hands of his running back, Walker. And this spot is going to be close, but he does not have that first. They're going to face 4th and short.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Going for it on their own side, Brock. Okay, bold call, but they only need a yard. Trying to push this past the marker. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield. It's a gain of 4 there, and the 4th down call pays off as they'll move the chain.
It's first downs like that, Kate, just with the toughness of these receivers, that I can't help but think about some old school dudes. These playbooks have evolved so much in the NFL. Can you imagine some of the physical receivers back in the day and how badly they would have loved to play in the systems like this?
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense in the hurry up here. Another try following the sack. Gets everything he has under this. He's got it inside the 25. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks make it a 9-point advantage. Jackson Smith-Njigba with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And it didn't look like he was seriously considering a return there, did it? So that touchback going to come out to the 35. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. On the carry, this is Jones. They'll have him gain about a handful there. Leonard Williams applying the hit there.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Play action, McCarthy. Rolling out to his left. And they hit big there on that 2nd down. Let's see if this play holds up or not, though. We've got a penalty flag down. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They'll run here following the penalty. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. Off play action, it's McCarthy. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
McCarthy trying again on 2nd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. McCarthy fires out wide, complete. And a solid gain there, gets him across the 45 before he goes out. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Another throw here for McCarthy. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down after a short gain. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Vikings football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. Second down now, 7 to go. Back to the air, McCarthy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
This 8-play drive might be on its last legs here, partners. They try to figure out this 3rd and 7. Throwing again now, McCarthy. Yet again, it's Jefferson. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly...
And the kick is missed, but there's a flag on the play. Looks like a defensive miscue is going to give them another try. They'll try the extra point one more time. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal will tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he fields this one, but is not going to return it from the end zone. So the ball going to be placed down at the 35-yard line. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Milroe. Dumps it off to his running back. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back, I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
And he's going to get past the 40 before he goes out. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. From the gun, Milroe. He puts the power on a deep one left. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down. Looking for the back that time. So it's second down coming up.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket, keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
Stopped after a gain of 2. That's going to bring up third down. Working quickly here. Milroe throwing on third down. Finds Charbonnet underneath. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4. Trying for it with Milroe. Buying some time right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Walker running to the right. And a nice start here on first down. He gets him 6 before the stop is made.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open, and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
This is Walker on second. Has a big hole left. And he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Milroe with it on first. Headed out right. Brought in by his back, Charbonnet. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks make it a 9-point advantage. Zach Charbonnet with the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone, so we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. Good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Taken in by Felton, left side. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on 1st down.
Kid, I was on the field, the young high school quarterback, just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other, and give him a chance to make a play.
And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. That's a short gain of 1. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st and 10, here's McCarthy. Completed over the middle. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Here's McCarthy on 1st and 10. He rolls to his right. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. Vikings down by 10. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. This is Jones on the handoff. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still 3rd down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Touchdown, Minnesota! The Vikings make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. Jordan Addison, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. A 2nd touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation. We both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with, and it's no good. So they get it back within 1 score at least, but can't make it a field goal game. That deficit still 4 points. They'll line up for the onside kick here. Gotta find a way to get it back. Just a little over 1.5 minutes remaining. And the fumble recovery is made. Needed to try it, we all get it, but didn't work. Still now have those 3 timeouts to fall back on.
They did need to try it, but I think there is a school of thought of, hey, also kick it deep with those 3 timeouts. So now your defense can't give up a yard. Right now, you've really burdened your defense to get a quick stop, a quick stop, a quick stop, and make sure they do not give up any yardage to this opposing offense.
Let's go defense. And he is brought to a stop after he found plenty of room there to run.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Running with Walker again. And some solid blocking there. Springs him for 8. It's going to be 2nd down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
On 2nd down, a run with Charbonnet. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up 3rd down. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their 1st. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's out of bounds, so that clock is going to stop, Brock, but it's not going to matter. They've got the first down. This game is over.
Just keep on continuing the evolution of the wide receivers as runners. You know, that used to just be a gadget play, Kate. Then you see it more and more between the 20s, and now we're seeing it even in the red zone. Get your playmakers the ball.
First and goal. Here's Walker. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. They're going to pass it here. Flushed out of the pocket. And this is into the end zone, but incomplete. It was a win no matter what. So they decided, hey, let's try for another touchdown, then knee it out. Either way, this one's over. So several thousand 12th men and women cheering as the Seahawks win at home. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths. Because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? Both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.